Hi, I'm Dean from the Best Damn Webinar Company. This course is for you if you have some experience with making business webinars. You can make a simple registration page, you can start a live session, you can use the chat window. Webinar 101 stuff. You learned to do all that, you did some webinars, then you looked around and you saw that the webinars weren't having much impact. Sure, you were building awareness, but that was about it. Now that you've been through that experience, it's time for the real lessons, the stuff you learn after doing hundreds of B2B webinars. Let's frame this up. This course is for people who have a specific problem. Their company makes or sells something complicated, something that needs to be explained to future customers before they'll even consider you an option. Webinars are the way companies do that, and there's a reason. It's because there's no better way to introduce people to something complicated than to have an expert, a person, sit between them and the complicated thing you sell. But this format has some pretty serious problems built into it, and no registration page or instant pop-up poll will fix them. The two most serious problems are that your subject matter experts don't know how to create and present information in a way that strangers will want to pay attention to. That's super tough problem number one. Super tough problem number two is that most B2B webinars don't attract decision makers. Instead, most of your audience will always be technical people in a customer's organization. And anyone in sales can tell you, those people can say no, but they usually can't say yes. They can veto your company's progress by recommending against you inside their company, or even worse, they simply forget about you. But they don't usually have the budget authority to purchase from you. The business side of the organization, the management side, does that. And those folks are probably not in your webinar. There are other problems too, and we'll solve those as we do the course. But these two are the most important, because if the audience doesn't pay attention, you and your speaker did a lot of work for nothing. And if that audience pays attention but decides against you, you still did all that work for nothing. Maybe you're in marketing, maybe you're in sales, or maybe you're the technical expert those other groups are putting in front of a live audience. Doesn't matter. You're going to turn this whole thing around using the concepts and techniques in this course. Let's get started.